And Sudha, you will maintain the timing? Okay. Okay. And yeah, shall we do the timing like that? 8 minutes and 2 minutes is a question and answer session. Shall we do that? Okay. So you allocate the time according to that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, thank you. The participants, thank you for interest showing the presenting the paper in the HR topic, which is a very important one for all the marketing activities and all the functions of the company. So the HR is a very prominent role which is based, and you are choosing the topic for the regarding the HR and recent topics. So we are here to see your recent trends and what are the things you are sharing. And we'll give the presentation timing is total timing is 10 minutes. In that 7 to 8 minutes you complete your presentation, and 2 minutes is for the question and answer session. And your presentation will be valued based on your content and the clarity in the presentation, and how your ability to connect your session and question and answer, and within that time how you are completing your presentation. Based on that we are going to value your thing. Okay, shall we start then, Sudha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Correct, ma'am. Okay. When we're talking in terms of advertising perspective towards McDonald's has a very persistent and a very creative strategy on attracting its customers as its target
So
audience
I think it's some interaction.
Um,
has been
it's
focused
not.
on restaurants,
It's not from my.
giving rise to a
I'm
proper
sorry, ma'am.
form of advertising that they have spent
Krishna, from your end or from Kirish, some disturbances, sir.
right time
Okay, I'm in college, so that might possibly be a reason for that.
innovative advertising.
Is there classes going on for you?
No, we don't have classes right now. I'm in a separate classroom.
Will you meet? Will you mute it? Just will take it.
No, okay.
Four basic strategies. Number one, coming to
Okay.
advertising.
I think it's clear. But
But we'll have to. Yeah. Ma'am, just give me 1 second. I'll just move to some other classroom. Just give me a minute.
yeah. Kushal, are you in that same location? You are muted. You are muted. Unmute yourself.
Ma'am, I'm at home, but I have a sore throat. I can't speak much.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why Gershma will handle the speaking part, and if there's any queries, I'll take that.
Okay. Good. So, from which college you are? Both are
St. Joseph University,
Bangalore. Okay.
right?
Ma'am, is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But to some extent, okay. Okay. You can raise the voice.
Ma'am, can I please turn off my camera because there's a lot of disturbance and I'm on mobile data, so I cannot really hear if I'm on my video is turned on.
Okay. At least the Kushal will be in video, no? One of them.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I, Garishma, along with my co-author Kushal, are gonna be presenting our research paper, which is titled "Impact of Non-Monetary Compensation on Employees' Performance." So, first of all, to begin with, in our growing economy, it is very important that the human resources are essentially required in an organization to make the various ends meet to survive in a particular market in order for the business to thrive in that particular market. For this, the employee should be compensated based on the services rendered by them. First of all, what is compensation? Compensation basically refers to the monetary or the non monetary contribution which the receiver of a service or a good provides to the provider of the same in a business economy. This basically acts as a medium in order to motivate the employees and to fulfill the needs of survival and to also maintain a standard of living in the society. Our research basically focuses on non-monetary compensation. So non-monetary compensation can basically mean flexible working hours, job security, and even mentorship sessions. So first of all, a happy and a satisfied employee will always ensure that they thrive and motivate themselves to accomplish the management's objectives. And the company will also benefit from the same and it would reflect in their output. Review of literature. According to Sanson and Hackenwich, 2000, motivation can be divided as two main things. It can be either intrinsic or extrinsic motivation. So, intrinsic motivation is basically self generated. That means it is their ability or their decision making that has led to them performing a particular task. But when it comes to extrinsic motivation, it is basically the motivation which arises due to incentives or material rewards which are provided by the organization to the employees. Our research has basically focused on three main objectives. The first one is the need of this non monetary compensation in a competitive economy, the impact and the response of employees towards various elements and factors which are involved in the non monetary compensation, and to study the benefits and the advantage that a business or an organization can get in the course of this non-monetary mode of employee compensation. The statement of the problem. The human resource sector plays a very important and significant emphasis on the employee's performance because employees continually work and meet the organizational objectives. And in our investigation, we have focused exclusively on how non-monetary compensation plays a very crucial and important role in enhancing the employee's performance. Moving on to our research design. In our research paper, we ensured that the data is collected both through primary and secondary means. The primary data was collected through a structured and a comprehensive questionnaire, which was distributed via emails and WhatsApp chats to our near and dear ones. It was further posted on various social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook as well. We initially received 111 responses, out of which 11 responses were removed because of incomplete responses. So our sample size included 100 employees who were working in various MNCs across India. This questionnaire was made available as a soft copy and it was circulated to various individuals. Further, we also use secondary sources of data like the internet and the books and also review of literature and conceptual references. Moving on, the next we have data interpretation and the findings that we have come across from our presentation. The first one, when we asked our respondents as to if they feel if non-monetary compensation or monetary compensation better serves their career, about 83.3% of the respondents, which are the employees in MNCs, have told that non-monetary compensation better serves their career as compared to 16.7% of employees who felt monetary compensation better serves them. And the next one, when we asked if the employees would suggest the management to add non-monetary compensation into their organizational compensation packages, about 94.4% responded by saying that they would suggest the management to do so, but 5.6% thought it was not necessary to do so. Moving on, the next one, when we asked the various respondents or the sample as to if recognition plays a very important role in the career growth of an individual, about 77.8% of the respondents felt it was very important, whereas 22.2% did not feel the need for recognition. And further, when we asked if providing job security from the organizational side would help the individuals perform better and increase their productivity, about 88.9% of them felt the same. So we would like to think, or from the data that has been collected, it is very evident that people would prefer non-monetary compensation over monetary compensation to ensure that there is flexible working hours and also better working conditions for the employees. And this has particularly become very important during the pandemic situation and also during the recession phases, because it is very important for employees to feel a sense of security within their job. And as a pandemic situation has hit all of the sectors very bad, it is very evident that work from home has played a very important role as well. So providing non-monetary compensation not only helps the employees to stay loyal to the organization, but also improves their performance and productivity as well. So our recommendations for this would be 4 main recommendations. The first one is for the organizations to provide a flexible work. So all the organizations should try as much as possible to inculcate flexible work as a part of their day-to-day business activities so that they can increase the productivity of their employees. Now, this flexible work can include flexible timing, it can include work from home facility, or it can include a hybrid option and 3 to 4 days work week. Next is the mentorship sessions. We also know that there is increasing competition in all the sectors in the market. So the need to develop the skills is essential in the current work and also in the future, which helps the employees to better serve the purpose of employment. So these mentorship sessions will help to analyze the individual performance, attend to the weaknesses, and to suggest new skills to be inculcated in the upcoming days. The third one being the growth opportunities. Growth opportunities are openly available in any organization. The sector in which the employee works should hold the responsibility to increase the growth prospects by including tougher tasks to be accomplished, managing risks, and emphasizing on independent decision making of the employees. The last one is rewards and recognition. Every employee invests his or her efforts, skills, knowledge, and time with the prime objective of meeting the goals which are predetermined by the management. As a part of providing a sense of gratitude to the employees, rewards such as mementos, gift cards, coupons are provided to these employees who perform best during a given period. Functions, annual fests, or meetups are also held by the organization periodically to recognize the efforts of these very employees. Finally, we would conclude by saying that it is very essential for every organization to not only provide monetary compensation but non-monetary compensation as well, because it helps the organization to support, recognize, provide rewards and flexibility to these employees who basically work by applying their expertise, skills, efforts to achieve the organizational objectives and goals. This study also helps to bridge the elements of non-monetary compensation to efficiency, performance, adaptability, and loyalty of these employees. The major area of the responses that we received belong to people who are from the manufacturing and textile and IT sectors. And so, as I previously told you as well, we have used a simple random sampling technique which helped us to better conduct our research without any sort of partiality. And I feel it is very important for all the organizations to include flexible working hours and external spaces and of recognition for these employees, better working conditions, and participation in setting of goals and in decision making of the organization as well. And this research study also will help organization, irrespective of the capital investment or scale of operations, to realize the essence of adapting non-monetary compensation in the due course of their business. Thank you.
Okay, Grishma, it's a nice presentation. Within the time you have completed. A few clarification from my side. When you have collected the data, when you have started your study?
We actually collected this in the month of December. So
Okay, will it come in video? Will it come in video? I think it's now.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Tell me that when you have started collection?
Ma'am, we actually started this during the first week of December, and throughout the month of December, we've sent
December
across
2022. December 2022. But in your
yes. So
presentation,
we
you
sent.
had the COVID scenario. I think now we are in that post-COVID session. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So how it will affect your presentation, your study?
Ma'am, I still feel there is a lot of uncertainty in our current economy, be it the pandemic. We never know when the next pandemic is going to hit us. And I feel it is very essential for every organization to not only provide flexible working hours, but job security has become a very important thing. Right now, we can see various companies like Google, Microsoft are laying off huge number of employees without even prior notice. So this shows us that providing a sense of security to the employees, telling that, we are here to provide you, giving them that sense of, the feeling of that we are there is very essential from the organization.
Yeah, because of the recession, they are doing that one. So you are one criteria you are telling us a job security.
Yes, ma'am. What I feel from our research, at least, a lot of employees who are working in MNCs compared to monetary compensation would choose non-monetary compensation. Though monetary is important as well, it is important for non-monetary compensation to be taken into consideration as well, because you never know when situations like a recession or when situations like a pandemic are going to hit. And it's very important for every organization to think about the employees as well. Because if you can see, during the pandemic, a lot of them have lost their jobs. A lot of them, even during the recession at this point, are losing their jobs, and immigrants in other countries are having to find another job. If not, they'll have to return back to their home country. So such sort of situations can be avoided if the organization is trying to plan better and provide non-monetary compensation as well. Because every employee, if me as an employee would want to choose between 10 lakh package without a job security or a 5 lakh package with job security, I would choose the one where I have job security itself, because that is more important at this period.
Okay. And MNC company, you are telling that. What are all the nature of the company? You have made the study 100 respondents from which type of the
Ma'am, I
company?
told you most of them are from manufacturing or from sectors like textile or from
Manufacturing.
service-based sectors.
So all the 100 respondents only from the manufacturing.
Ma'am, that's what I'm
It's a
telling you.
mix.
They're from
It's not
textile,
that.
manufacturing, service-based. We have IT sectors. We have
Can
from
you tell
various
that?
platforms. It's
Can
not
you
just one.
do you have the classification of that? How many from the manufacturing and how many from IT like that?
Mom,
From
see,
100
Ma'am, I don't.
respondents?
my father works in a textile manufacturing unit based out of in Bangalore itself. He sent his the questionnaire that we prepared to a set of his colleagues, and they sent it to his their set of team workers. So I would say about 45%, basically 45 people responded from his office, and
Ma'am, most
So
of
you are
them.
telling that 45 from manufacturing and the rest from the
We have IT
other.
sectors as well because a lot of our cousins work in the IT sector.
Okay. And you are telling that a hybrid mode. Just now I have the clarification whether it is possible for the manufacturing sector the hybrid mode.
Ma'am, see, at least when it comes to tech positions, it is possible. At least a lot of companies right now are choosing to work remote than
So
going
IT,
to the
yeah, IT
office.
is okay, but your
ITS.
study is also in the manufacturing concern. Is it
I would
possible
say
for the hybrid
manufacturing.
mode is for the manufacturing concern core industries?
Ma'am, this study is not only about the flexible working hours and or work from home. It also included job security. So manufacturing companies also there was huge layoff. So in that perspective, the manufacturing people were more towards having job security.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
Okay.
IT
Now, no,
professionals,
no. Now, my question is, you are telling the more points in that one. What are the non-monetary benefits which you are suggesting? So, one of the suggestion, the first suggestion you are mentioned as a flexible hours. Flexible hours. So, yeah, it is not that much hold good for the manufacturing sector. Okay. So manufacturing sector usually in our country that is from 8 to that is they have the shift basis, isn't it? That is from 8 to 4 o'clock or 10 to 6 o'clock like that will be the so which will be concentration on the manufacturing and that point will be applicable only for the IT. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. This one is okay that for this paper, but in future, if you are going further for the study, it is better you concentration on the particular sector alone. So you can give the suggestions for the either you are taking for the IT alone you can take. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can take the manufacturing sector because the working conditions you are preferring for that working conditions. Working conditions when it will be if they are going to the company and doing the work only the working condition if it is good they will be satisfied. And to some extent you are telling it's a hybrid mode. If it is so at home the working conditions will not be there. Okay. So it is
ma'am,
better you
so
concentrate on the one company, that is one sector, and do the survey if you are continuing the future for your research. Okay.
got it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, so this what we've spoken about, various aspects are for various sectors. Now, as you told, for manufacturing, we spoke about better working conditions because a lot of them are, under harsh conditions, and their working conditions are not really good. They're very hostile, and they're made to they're pressurized to finish so much work. And when it comes to IT sectors, in that case, flexible working hours is applicable. So different things for different people is what we were trying to
Okay.
say.
Okay. Then in the conclusion you have to differentiate like that.
Okay,
Since it,
yes,
you both are come under that, so that doubt will not arise. It your conclusion is taken as a common one, so that I have the clarification. So which conclusion will be applicable for which sector? So you have to state like that. Okay. In future you can
yes, ma'am.
correct it up like that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Okay. Thank you. Good presentation. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Grishma and Mr. Kushal. Next, may I invite Mr. Shankar for the presentation, please.
One sec, ma'am. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Just a minute, it is not showing now.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah, you can start.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So myself, Shankar. Good morning to one and all. So my topic is an overview of challenges faced by the Human Resource Department while implementing digitalized environment and its effective usage. So I've just chosen two major components here. One is implementing digitalized. The other one is what difficulties that Human Resource Department is facing among the employees. So, as we all well known about Human Resource Department, is basically deals with procurement, development, compensation, and integration of human resource maintaining in an organization. But today, and digitalizing becomes more important for everyone in the growth aspects of the organization, as well as even to concentrate more on the organizational inputs. So we are very much aware about during COVID, most of the IT and ITA sectors are converted themselves into a digitalized environment, whereas work from home facilities has been provided to all the employees. That makes an organization to get more inputs related to the growth aspects, as well as that helps them to provide a good monetary benefits for the employees. Even now, after COVID, also most of the organizations are permitting their employees to be work from home culture. And coming to the HR divisions, when they are planning to implement the digitalized thing, right, probably that will be more effective for them to maintain the data for a long tenure instead of going with the paperwork. So in this thing, we are just going to see a list of companies who and all have been modernized themselves into a digitalized thing. So I just mentioned few companies like all the banking sectors. Right nowadays, they have just moved to the online based account opening as well as converting all the informations into digitalized to one. So as internet banking, then GPay, whatever the facilities that we are using nowadays over phone, right? That is one of the major component. Apart from that, if we take an examples like TCS, Wipro, Emphasis, Deloitte, and most of the concerns have been involved into digitalizing the entire environment. So, as we are aware of, n number of softwares are there, but initially, if we see, right, we just started with the enterprise resource planning, but we are just moved to SAP versions with the HEC of HASA 0.60 versions. Now, most of the organizations have started using an ARP, so that has become more familiarized among the people. And based on the online mode or digitalized mode, right, each one of the divisions has been involved into various components which is necessary for each the subdivision components of their respective departments. So when it comes to digitalized information, whereas I've just shared a picture where it shows what are the various activities is possible for the HR department when it comes to recruitment, as well as the other activities which is possible for them to carry out in the department instead of going with the manual work. So it starts with hiring, onboarding, team development and corporate training, assessment, and improving work environment. So when it comes to paper-based work, right, whereas people can able to see only the files. When it comes to the digitalized one, right, people can focus even the future development and what has to be included based on the needs and necessities. The entire changes can be possibly happen with the help of digitalized HR. So the basic objective which I have chosen is, as I mentioned in the topic, one is implementing a digitalized HR problem faced. The other one is how far the digitalized environment, which is more helpful for the organizational growth, as well as how far it is easy for the employees to use regularly in the organization. So when it comes to the first objective, challenges, what are all the HRs are facing? One is developing a digital environment has become more challenging, because when it comes to the size of the organization and bringing the digitalized environment is also a tough task for the employees. So the main thing is the HR has to focus a digital friendly environment which is more easy for the employees to use regularly in the organization. Moreover, when the HR is planning to implement a digitalized environment, all the employees should undergo a training. Based on that, they will become user friendly for each and every employee. The second thing is, when it comes to digitalized manner, as we all know, right, enterprise resource planning is based on the needs and the requirement of each and every organization. What is needed for the enterprises, they'll be planning to develop such enterprise resource planning software which will be more helpful for the organization growth, as well as any kind of analysis which is needed for the future benefits. The same way, it is more easy and flexible for all the top level management when the entire organizations are moved to a digitalized one. Next thing is, when it comes to the developing an HR process, right, the first thing is business strategy as well as faster workforce planning. So when we take a comparative analysis but between the old trend and the new trend, right, so the digitalization helps the people to get a good business strategy, as well as it helps them to have a faster workforce planning related to the future aspects. And also when they started implementing the digitalized environment, right, moreover people initially hesitate to go with a new environment. So what kind of strategy that the HR has to be provided is to be bring a reward system schemes, whereas that will makes the employees to be more comfortable to the zone where it is possible for them to adopt to the new culture which the organization is taking initiative. Next is whereas HR should not be dilute things, where they should allow the employees to be work in a team until they get familiarized with the new innovations related to the digitalized one. And also job skills and trainings is basically required, as well as the productivity can be improved with the help of the new mobility, as well as what is to be needed and implemented based on the requirement. If the management or it may be HR is focused, it is possibly happen towards this particular environment. Next is employee experience rewards towards new environment. And the most important thing that we have to focus here, one thing is since we cannot beat the same bush forever, so whenever the company is focusing towards a new culture, it is possible for even the employees who's working in an organization, makes them to improve their skills and ability in even in the knowledge base as well as the practical exposure based. So whenever the chances are enhanced, or opportunities are provided by the organization, all the employees were supposed to be put themselves into that particular situation. That helps them to motivate in a future developments, as well as to get a better future career. And talent retention, it is a very tough task for the HRs to get such kind of people. Why? Because when all the organization move towards the digitalized one, or maybe computerized oriented one thing, whereas getting such kind of employees, or it might be a candidates, is become much tough task for the HR department. Why? Because we all know about SAP software, but when the initial stage, when the SAP was implementing by the companies, whereas it is hard to find candidates who can possibly able to access with SAP softwares, and even a new versions which has been updating in SAP, it is also a difficult for them. That is why they just segregated the SAP with the different modules, whereas each one persons can be get familiarized with such models, which will be more helpful for respective department when it comes to a subdivisions. And I'm just showing you one particular figure, how far the digital informations has been growing into Indian scenario in 2020, whereas only 9% of the organizations will be having quiet towards the future aspects, and 46% of the HR leaders are they're just struggling towards the future performance. Why? Because it's getting such employees and giving them a training and putting them into a proper place, it has become a very difficult thing. And 35% of them are inadequate, whereas due to lacking of people, the existing employees are being trained, but it is not sufficient for the organization to give a better output. And effective usage of a digital HRM from the second objective, excuse me. So I just quoted one particular survey which was done by Deloitte in March 2020. Excuse me. So whenever we talk about a digitalized environment, right, whereas each one of the companies preferring a different platform as per their convenience and requirements. So what is happening here is, when it comes to a comparative analysis between one company to another country, the module as well as the structure as well as the inputs, what has been framed as per the requirement of the HR is entirely different. Whereas even that has become a much difficulties for the employees towards the organizational performance. Excuse me. So related to the effective usage, the first and foremost thing for the HR department is time management, which is more excuse me, sorry. Time management has become very important for them, so that it is easy for them to go ahead with the digitalization. Next is managing information, whereas they don't want to maintain more files and written documents and all, whereas through a proper software with a cloud computers, it is possible for them. And using data and analytics, it has become very important, whereas comparative analysis on previous data retrieving, as well as comparative between last year and current year, all those data information is possible with the help of digitalized. Next is shifting focus on the core activities. Excuse me, 1 minute, please. Shifting focus on their core activities, because when it comes to a normal administration, whereas every day the routine work has to be taken care by the HR department, when it comes to a digitalized one, whereas the HR can focus them into a different aspects which is more helpful for the future aspects of future growth of the organization to be the competition oriented. Next is employee development. So HR department, basically when it comes to a digitalized thing, as I told you in the previous content, the same thing, development of the employees is possible with the help of this digitalized thing. And whenever the frequent training has been provided and what has been needed for their employees, if the HR department is focusing towards it, then this employee digitalized HR is going to be user friendly for the employees. Next thing is human of conclusion. So as we all know, right, since we are moved with a modernized world with everything into a digitalized one, so this HR digitalization has become more important. Though even it is a cost effective, but if once it started implementing in the organization, whereas the organization can able to concentrate more on the future developments than the administration work in a less possibility. I mean, the filing and the documentation become very less. So it will be more easy for them to all the employees to know about their personal details, and they can able to review all their entire growth aspects as well as the comparative analysis, or it might be related to their regular activities, or maybe a leave related thing, instead of going and meeting and getting a permission from the HR directly, whereas it is possible for the employees and become more flexible towards it. With this, I'm giving an end. Thank you.
So nice presentation, Dr. Shankar sir. And I think your paper is regarding the conceptual only. You are not going with the analytical.
Yes,
so
yes,
if you are going with that any particular company, particular industry, and meeting that HR and doing that one, I think it will be more.
No, actually, my thesis is HRIS basically, but I've just shown you some comparative analysis. What is the exact growth related to the HR thing which is happening in India?
Okay, so concentrated on the particular industry. How we concentrated that one? Particular industry, because each and every industry, even though it is a common functions of the HR, but it will be varies, depends on the industry. Manufacturing, IT, like that one, education institutions, like that one. All are nowadays they are doing that HR through the digital platform only. They are doing that one. So once you are concentrated on the challenges faced, so for each and every company or every industries, the challenges maybe differs, isn't it? So are you doing like that one or a generalized one?
No, actually my content is being like that, but being for this, I cannot reveal all those information, right? So just I've given only the certain components which is mandatory for this presentation, a general overview.
Okay. Even if I think even though it's your that is your thesis work, but you can take up that 50 or a particular industry and try to take up the some challenges alone. What are all the real challenges? What they
actually the general challenges only I've mentioned, ma'am, because this is related an input which was given by the different respondents. That is why I brought Deloitte and few more contents how this Indian scenario is related to the HR prospects, that too, especially in the digitalized thing.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sudha?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Shankar, for your presentation. Next, call upon Blessing Prince and Subiksha for the presentation. Blessing Prince and Subiksha. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible only. Coming video
clearly.
Coming video.
Yeah, ma'am. Am I visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, noted.
Now, ma'am?
It's not it for me. Sudha, are you quitting? Okay. Your presentation is not there.
Oh, 1 second, ma'am. Now, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So, a very good morning to one and all present here. I'm Subiksha, and my partner, Blessing Prince, are here today to present our research paper on employees' adaptability towards new job positions using knowledge management strategies. I welcome you all to get into our presentation and understand further about how knowledge management strategies have an impact on employee adaptability and their scope for performance in the current generation. Change is the only thing that is constant. So, to adapt to the change is your ability to innovate and make yourself exploit the opportunity to bring yourself success and as well bring success to the organization. The competency to successfully is to adjust to a changing work environment, and individual adaptability is the key aspect which helps you to adapt and focus on your goals, which will together help in achieving the organizational goals. Quoting one of the most popular book, The Origin of Species, given by Charles Darwin, it talks about survival of the fittest. So this is about how species evolve from being primitive to a better adaptable situation depending on the changing environment and making themselves survive to the changing adverse conditions. The same can be applicable in the HR field, where employees, when they join a new company and get into a new job position, have to adapt themselves in order to survive, and not just survive, also be able to produce their fullest to meet the job satisfaction and also the expectations of the company that they have to serve. Next, what do we have as understanding the knowledge management strategies? Firstly, to talk about it in a very simple term, knowledge management is nothing but managing human beings. Human beings are the biggest resource to an organization. Managing their knowledge and streamlining it towards the success of the organization is what is the key factor in managing knowledge management. Firstly, motivated behavior. Every organization having motivated employees is been researched to be performing better than the other companies who have been competing with them. So employee motivation will help them to put forth all their talents and skills in a better way and give them a very good working condition through which their creativity and budding talent can come up and make themselves comfortable in the environment. Networking. In this current world scenario, networking is a very key important factor in order to meet your expectations and your goals. So networking can be internal or external. Internal includes networking with your colleagues, internal management, with your team, and etc. External is having links for future progress and how exactly you can pull yourself together and keep building your skills. Third is linking company goals and individual goals. As an individual, it's very important to keep striving to build yourself towards success and also keeping in mind you're serving a company and how to implement the company's goals as well when it comes to our individual teamwork. Next, we have teamwork. Working together as a team can apply individual perspectives, experience, and skills to solve complex problems, creating new solutions and ideas that may be beyond the scope of any one individual. So the best thing about teamwork is that not just one person, but a multiple number of brains are working together for a common goal. So having your team spirit high gives you an upper hand in achieving your goals quickly and and saves a lot of time. This is proven to be more efficient than individual efforts. Third, next one up in line is analyzing and activating. Firstly, data analysis is one of the most important things before starting up any work. Analyzing what is happening around you and the situation and screening all the opportunities to prove yourself and activating the best talent inside you will help you contribute towards the organizational structure. The final knowledge management strategy would be criticism as a constructive feedback. Many a times we we have a proverb which says, keep your enemies closer than your friends, which basically means that the people who criticize you will be taken as an opportunity for you to learn from the criticism. Use that as an asset. When you use criticism as an asset and use it as a constructive feedback, it will help you work on your weaknesses and the loopholes that you have in your work and fix that and make a positive progress in your employment. Finally, talking about the objectives and the scope of the study, this study was basically to identify various factors that affect employees in new job positions. It was to study the various challenges faced by the employees to adapt to the new job positions, and how this knowledge management strategies will help them to increase efficiency and also perform better in their jobs. The study is focused on determining various methods that the employees have adapted in order to make themselves comfortable in the new jobs, and the implementation of knowledge management strategies have had a positive impact on their performance. This will include all the departments like marketing, human resource, finance, management, PR, and business roles, etc. What did we find from this study? This study was basically conducted as primary and secondary research. Primary included a survey, a questionnaire session that was distributed on the online on WhatsApp groups, and we could get responses of around 100 people, and that on the basis of that, these are the findings that we got. Majority of the respondents were male, and with respect to the study, the working employees were below the age of who are below the age of 25, or most of them are unmarried. And most of them experience new job positions very often. This is because people are jumping jobs very often these days compared to the older generation. They do not find it easy to adapt to new job positions. There are multiple challenges that the people face in the due course of time to adapt to new job positions. Then many of the respondents were unaware of the knowledge management strategies, and many companies were not implementing the knowledge management strategies effectively. The suggestions from our side that we could give is, companies must focus more on keeping their employees comfortable to increase the overall performance and efficiency. They will be having to implement the knowledge management strategies more efficiently and make the employees aware by conducting webinars and letting them know what they can do to improve their performance. The organization should analyze the areas of discomfort and to have a one-on-one session and counseling sessions that could be arranged for the employees for them to understand the loopholes of management. The co-workers must be welcoming in order to keep the working conditions smooth and ensure smooth working of the employees. Finally, from the above survey, we find that most of the employees experience new job positions very often and many obstacles while having to adapt to new working conditions. So knowledge management strategies shall be very useful in helping the employees to increase their efficiency in their workplace and boost their confidence as an individual. Keeping the employees comfortable and satisfied is the key most important role of a successful organization. Thank you.
Okay, nice presentation. I have a few clarification regarding. You did that questionnaire pattern and you collected the data.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It was a questionnaire which was sent, Google Forms, which was sent on WhatsApp groups, and it was circulated to 100 respondents.
Who are the respondents?
It was a multiple, it covered multiple sectors, most of whom were in IT companies. They were in logistics, software, big MNCs, and there were a lot of people who were also in small scale industries that were minimum. Actually, 75% was mostly focusing on the IT sector, because my father is an IT professional, so most of them who responded for my survey were IT people who kept switching jobs very often. So the new job positions which they came across were very often.
Okay, and you did that questionnaire, and analytical part is not included here. Why? In your
analytical part, in the sense because we were given the limit of 6 slides, so I wanted to keep it. That's why I put the findings and the suggestions. So whatever we extracted also,
and the findings and suggestion also, seems to be the generalized one. So okay, most of that try to avoid that one. So you did that analytical. If you did a really analytical one, so you have to tell that in the numbers point of view. You should not generalize the statement.
Okay, as maybe I have attached a few pie charts from the survey which I had extracted.
Yeah, you are given that most of the employees. Most of the employees means how many employees? I think
Okay.
maybe the 80% or 90% or 60%. What in my angle, the most may be that 80%. In your study, it may be the 60%. So,
Correct,
like
ma'am.
that, the suggestion should be exactly to you have to coin according to that. And that new that is shifting of the job you concentrated, and you are taken that most of the questionnaires you are given as a below the age of 25 years. Once they completed the graduation and they are going for that employment, at least 2 or 3 years they will be in the employment. Afterwards, only they will shift to the new companies, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am, that's right. So as I mentioned, the
But how
question.
it will be, that my question is why you focus only on the below 25 years? It may
No,
be
ma'am, in
about
our
25 years
survey,
only they will shift to one job to the another job, isn't it?
that's
Yeah.
right, ma'am. So what I meant was, in our survey, when we conducted the survey, when we circulated amongst our friends, we are the final year of graduation. So many of them had just completed their graduation and they were working. And the mindset of the young adults these days is switching jobs continuously. From 21 to 25 years old, almost 60% of the employees who are employed right now look for more and more upgradation in their work and look for better benefits, monetary and non-monetary benefits from the company. So almost 60% of our study and our respondents were from that age group, and also the remaining were from the IT sector from above 40 years of age. So as I mentioned, the older generation do not have the habit of switching jobs regularly. So that's why our major focus was on how they are able to adapt to new job positions when it comes to the young mindset of the adults.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Subiksha and Mr. Blessing Prince. Next, I call Ms. Mary Peter Shirley and Dr. Christina. Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. I am Mary Peter Shirley from the Department of Commerce, Holy Cross College, and I have co-authored this paper with my research supervisor, Dr. Sister Christina Bridget.
Sudha, just a minute. Sudha, Kushal, that fourth professor. Okay. Yeah, okay. Because it's given as fourth one, no? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, shall I start my presentation?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. My topic is innovation, a requisite for entrepreneurship. So before moving to what is innovation, we shall see what is entrepreneurship. The word entrepreneur is derived from the French word entreprendre, which means to undertake or to do something. Webster defines entrepreneur as the person, the one who organizes, manages, and assumes the risk of a business or an enterprise. So, according to what we use in a general term, an entrepreneur is a person who creates a new business and who bears most of the risks involved in the business, and he enjoys most of the rewards of the business. And entrepreneurship is the process of setting up a new venture. So, according to A.H. Cole, entrepreneurship is the purposeful activity of an individual or group of associated individuals who have undertaken to initiate, that is, to start, maintain, or aggrandize. Aggrandize means to increase the power of something by producing or distribution of economic goods and services. So, according to a study by Harvard Business School, many important characteristics are required of an entrepreneur. The most important of them include curiosity, innovation, adaptability, long term planning, team building, risk tolerance, persistence, etc. Another study, according to British Broadcasting Corporation, that is BBC, they have told that creative thinking, innovation, risk taking, etc., are important characteristics which are required for an entrepreneur. And the famous political economist Joseph Schumpeter, he has said that innovation is the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods or services or improvement in offering goods or services. So actually creativity means thinking new ideas And innovation means implementing those ideas in real life situations. So, a small overview of entrepreneurship in India. We know that nowadays entrepreneurs have been on the go more and more in India, and the total number of recognized startups in India, it was just 471 in the year 2016, but according to a survey taken during 30th June 2022, it has risen to 72,993 startups in India. And a main thing which has contributed to this is the various initiatives taken by the government of India. So the government of India has taken the Startup India initiative. It was inaugurated on 16th January 2016. And there are also various other schemes such as Atmanirbhar Bharat Mission, which means self-reliance. India should be a self-reliant nation. And also the Make in India program, which says that we should promote the usage and purchase of local and Indian items when compared to foreign items. And there are various other schemes which are offered by the government of India, such as Aspire. It is the acronym for a scheme for promotion of innovation, rural industries and entrepreneurship. And here it has set up, according to the scheme, various incubation centers have been set up all over India, because India is mainly an agricultural economy and most of the Indian population is living in villages. So the scheme has been set in existence. And the second one is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Actually, Mudra is means Micro Units Development and Refinancing Agency. This agency gives short-term and long-term finance and refinance facilities to farmers and those who are willing to undertake micro and small enterprises. And the third scheme here is Multiplier Grant Scheme. So according to the scheme, industries, they have to collaborate with academic institutions and government research and development centers. And because of the collaborative effort, if they are trying to find out new products or services, the government will give a major share of or even twice the amount which the industry has invested in that particular initiative. And the next one, we have Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises. Actually, it is a joint initiative by the Ministry of MSME, then SIDBI, and the Government of India. And actually, this aims to provide a free flow of credit, free flow of loans and credit among the MSME sector, micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. And it also offers loans to them with a smaller amount of collateral. Then the next thing is Single Point Registration Scheme, which was instituted by the National Small Industries Corporation. And here it has been set up with the initiative to encourage the small scale sector and to promote the purchases from them, from the small scale sector. And they can even avail loans and facilities without even the security deposit, which is called as EMD, Earnest Money Deposit. And then the next thing is high risk and high reward research. We all know that high profit comes with high risk. And so there are major risks involved in the field of science. For example, they may find something which is completely new, or they may formulate a new hypothesis which is not in existence till now. And they can challenge one existing hypothesis. They can say that it is the opposite of that. So in case of such big ventures, they are undertaking a big risk. And so the reward also will be great. So under this scheme, the entrepreneurs who undertake high risk ventures can apply under this scheme. And this scheme covers everything such as traveling expenses, cost of equipment and everything. And another thing is zero defect, zero effect scheme. So actually, this is to help promote zero defects products. Okay, so products without any defect, and this can be done only with the use of up-to-date technology. So using technology and up-to-date processes, this system aims to make the users, make the entrepreneurs provide zero defect products. And with the help, and there are many other schemes involved. These are just a few which I have mentioned. There are many other schemes which have been offered by the government of India for promoting startups and entrepreneurship. Now coming to various stages of business development. According to Forbes Advisor website, I have taken 11 stages which are involved in setting up of a business. And in all these stages, innovation plays a very important role. The first one is determining the business concept. This is just a business plan of what business is to be undertaken, where it is to be undertaken, the business plan, setting the mission, objectives, goals. So in all these things, innovation is essential. And it can be undertaken from internal as well as external factors. Internal factors means the entrepreneur's skills, whatever he is interested in, his passion. Depending on that only, the entrepreneur will be starting the business, new venture. And external sources may come from that of competitors, this known people like that. So determining the business concept is a very big concept because this only decides the success of a business. And the entrepreneur should be innovative in this while determining the business plan or the concept. The next step is researching the competitors and the market. So before we start the business, we have to analyze the market situations and the business environment around us. This can be done with the help of SWOT analysis, which means strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And threats can be replaced by the word challenges, the new term, and it is called as SWOT analysis. So here also innovation is essential because we have to be up to date in technology and using a vast technology only, we will have to analyze the competition around us and we have to analyze the customer data, the target audience we have to fix. So all these have to be done with the help of various innovative practices. The next stage is creating a business plan. So business plan means a rough outline of how we are going to formulate and start the business organization structure, the mission statement and all. And here also we have to use the latest technology and various incentives. If we do not if we do not follow any innovative practice and we use the traditional methods, customers may not come to buy our products or services. So innovation is very essential in this stage also. The next thing is choosing the type of business organization. Here they have to decide, the entrepreneur has to decide what type of business organization he is going to invest in, whether it is a joint stock company or a partnership firm or a sole proprietor firm or whatever it is, keeping in mind various factors such as the liability of the members, the legal system under which he is governed like that. He has to consider all this before choosing the business organization type. The next one is registering the business and getting licenses. Here also he has, yes ma'am?
Maybe instead of going one by step, that is process, this are called as a entrepreneurial development process. Okay. Can you tell that exactly that? What is the innovative alone?
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
That alone I need because it's a time up.
Yes,
that alone, what is the focuses?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the entrepreneur has to keep the innovative name, which is not clashing with the name of any other existing organization under this step. And then he can even avail modern financial areas, such as he can get finance from modern sources of funds, such as angel investors, venture capital, buyouts, etc. And then he could apply for business insurance, and there are even digital insurance calculators now so he can use it. And coming to business tools, he can use a variety of new innovative tools such as Tally, accounting software, Odoo, and QuickBooks, etc. So these are all the result of technology. So he can use all these, and even artificial intelligence and machine learning and all can be used by him in his business. And he can undertake modern marketing methods such as social media marketing and using the customer data like that. And finally, he has to obtain feedback from the customers using modern technology so that he can keep himself updated in the market. So innovation is very essential in each and every stage.
Okay, completed?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So while you are doing that any presentation, it is better to put the bullet points.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Instead of telling that is giving as a paragraph point of view, if it is a bullet points, you are concentrated first to the programs. In the programs also, what are all the keywords? And then you can go for the each and every process that you have to do that. What is the innovative in that each process? That point alone is 2 or 3 points. That is it's okay. Instead of giving as a statement form. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Mary Peter Shirley. Next, I call.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, I call Miss Darshini Priya for the presentation. Miss Darshini Priya, are you there? Workplace diversity helps management in decision making. Miss Darshini Priya. Ma'am, I think she's not there.
Okay, you can call the next one.
Yeah. Next, Miss Jonita Shainu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you may present.
Okay. So, good morning to all. I'm
Janita,
Jonita.
will you come in video?
Ma'am, I have joined phone only, ma'am. I have phone only, ma'am.
So you can't do it in the video. Video mode is not there.
I have joined phone only, ma'am. So I can, while sharing PPT, I cannot on the camera, no, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, proceed.
I'm Jonita Shinu from Mother Teresa Women's University, Saidapete, Chennai, from Department of MBA. So I have chosen the topic is a consumption framework on talent management. Let's see the intro. A small introduction about talent management. First of all, we can say talent. Talent may be defined as an inherent ability of an individual to do a particular task in a particular way. While saying management is our art of knowing what is to be done and also seeing that will be done in the best possible manner. While saying talent management, it is a systematic process of identifying, processing, developing, and retaining the people with the knowledge and skills. Um, while retaining the right skills at the right time in the right job. It is the purpose of talent management to ensure. And the next step is process of talent management. First of all, identifying. Identifying means about understanding how much concept knowledge has an individual. And while saying hiring, hiring means it is about all filling vacancy. Talent acquisition is an ongoing strategy to finding a leaders for a future executives of our companies. And the next one is transaction. Transaction means focusing on a collective transformation and evaluation of the organization through the growth of an individual employees. While transaction ends, there will be a returning. Returning means identifying the candidates who will stay the course, or identifying those who having your outlook, or providing an ongoing education and a clear path to advancement. While saying suggestion, it is a process to build a pool of trained workers who are ready to fill their key roles, and when leaders or other keys to employees on the step down. These are the process of talent management. And the next topic is importance of talent management. While saying importance of talent management, it is an important part to the organization, and also system makes it easier to source a talent and retain the talent.
Janita, you're not audible.
New hires, managing like identifying a recruit talent and then implementing compensation plans, performance of appraisal systems, and also nurturing the talent and retaining the talent, aligning the acute talent person, training and development of talent, and the last point is right selection of the talent. And the next topic is components of talent management. By seeing the components, first one is planning, and the next one is acquisition, and the third one is developing talent, and the fourth one is retaining talent, and the fifth one is learning and motivating, and the sixth one is performance management. While seeing planning, planning ensures the employee's talent management action to deliver the skills and also based on the organization needs. So the organization attracts, engaging, developing, and retaining the right people. By saying acquisition, it is a process of attracting and hiring qualified people. While saying developing talent, it is understanding the company's object and also identifying opportunities for upskilling and reskilling. And also it provides many learning options and methods, and also it promotes performance coaching including leadership development also. While seeing in the retaining talent means the ability an organization has to keep talent employees within the organization. And while seeing learning and motivation, learning should be an essential component of an employee's life. It is the responsibility of the HR to yield that the knowledge and experience, and also while motivating the employees, they will give the best
best solution to the organization. And the next topic is performance management. Performance management begins with assigning the right person with the right role. Next, we are moving to the advantages of talent management. First one is right person in the right job. It is an important part in the organization, choosing the right person in the right job. At the time, the organization run with the efficient and effectively. And the next topic is retaining the top talent. Retaining the top talent means it is also an important part because the leadership and growth is in the marketplace also retaining the top talent. And the next one is better hiring. Better hiring means the quality of an organization workforce it possesses, and also it is the best way to have a talent at the top to the bottom. And the next topic is understanding employees better. Understanding employees better means the developing needs and career expression, and also strength and weakness, abilities and likes and dislikes are followed by the must be followed by the employees. And the next one is better professional development decision. When an organization gets to know who has a high potential, it becomes easier to invest in their professional development. And next one is disadvantages of talent management. Disadvantages of talent management: getting the need support from every department can be challenging, and also not at all companies are prepared for its implementation. There is a proper implementation would need the support for the top management, and also non-ideal for the business hiring part-time or contract-based employees. So it can be costly and time consuming, and also it also end up with the disagreement and employees, and it won't fix all your problems, and also it might not be flexible for some industries, and also your business could be suffered. Challenges of talent management. Talent management carrying them out a talent is not always easy because there will be many problems can come up, like for example, a manager not being invested in helping employees, and an employee who is not fit for the company. This is a suitable example for the talent management. They are facing these challenges. And the next topic is opportunities of talent management. Opportunities are getting at a certain time. You have to use it at the right time and at the right place. It also recognizing the value in being a talent incubator, and also investing in manager training, and also creating a transparent in hiring process. And the next topic is strategies of talent management. Strategies are covered in the components also: planning, recruiting, selecting, developing, retaining, and transitioning. Next, I am concluding the talent management. Talent management is new to the organization, and also most of the organization talent management practices are in very primary stages. And also it is a new framework for talent management has to begin clear about the objectives. And also talent management is not an end itself, because it helps to achieve its overall organization goals and objectives at a minimum cost using the highest talent people. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, you can stop the presentation and come in video.
Okay.
Okay, Janita. And you're telling that talent management. Could you differentiate between the performance management and the talent management?
Yes, ma'am. I have a different statement. I have to say this, ma'am.
Yes.
Performance management means they are performing their skills only, ma'am. Talent management, by training, they are gaining more knowledge, so they are in the top level, ma'am. If they are in the lower level, when we train, they will be in the top level, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell that what are the roles of the HR for the talent management? Who will do the talent management?
Ma'am, have to give. HR have to arrange a good leader for that team, and also he have to train the employment by like giving more videos and more section for their employees, and have to encourage the employees to run the business now smoothly.
Okay, can you identify the which are the sectors in which talent management is successfully running?
Financial management, financial department, ma'am. Financial department and also in marketing department, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Jonita. Next,
Thank
Ms.
you, ma'am.
Yeah, next, Ms. Grishma. Ms. Grishma, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. No, I have a
Am I audible?
clarification. Are you presenting
Yes,
along
ma'am.
with Pallavi or separate papers?
No, I'm presenting along with Pallavi, ma'am.
Both are presenting together, no?
Together, same paper.
Is Pallavi connected?
Yes, Pallavi's here. Pallavi's it's already on the meeting.
Ma'am, Tamizharasi, ma'am.
Yes.
Number 7
Yes.
and number 14 are the same, ma'am. Number 7, Grishma, and Pallavi NP, number 14. Both are presenting together, ma'am.
Okay. Roll number 1 also is named as a Grishma, no?
No, that is
Yes.
Girishma, ma'am. This is Grishma.
That is because.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yeah, you can start your presentation.
Okay. I'll share my screen.
Grishma?
Just a moment, ma'am. I'm trying to share my screen.
Yeah. I think she started. Grishma, will you come in video?
Ma'am, my screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will you switch on your video?
Okay, ma'am.
And Pallavi is there.
Yes, Pallavi is here.
Yeah, she's coming
I'm not
video.
able to switch on the video at the same time present it. Share my screen. Okay, I'm visible now? Yeah.
Yeah, now it is okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And Pallavi is there?
Yes, Pallavi is here.
Yes, Pallavi, switch on your video. You both are presenting or only Grishma is doing?
I'm presenting, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, you can start, Grishma.
Okay. 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 Good afternoon, ma'am. So I'm presenting this paper with my co-author Pallavi. So our title is The Impact of Fear of Missing Out on Productivity and Emotional Well-Being of IT Employees. So these are the table of content. Start with abstract. So the widespread adoption of social network into a number of areas of people's lives have drawn.
Yeah, Grishma, you can go with that study, not for the abstract.
Okay, then I'll go straight to the introduction part.
Okay.
Okay. So, as my title suggests, it's about FOMO, the fear of missing out, and how it impacts the emotional well-being of employees, and also how it affects the productivity. I'm concentrating on IT employees in IT sector. So, FOMO, fear of missing out, has recently got a lot of attention. So, this phenomena usually refers to a person's fear or concern about losing out on socially or individually regarding feelings in which they are with other people. So, this subject has done a lot of many people have done studies in this for last many years. So this is due to this social media habits. This has been much spreading false informations and spreading disinformation, and affects the people's sleeps, and they lose their social media awareness, and it affects on the working life. So a person's perception of in a job, it's result because of the social media use, it causes them a lot of negative consequences. So, after several studies, the social networking sites diminish the workplace productivity, and as a result, workers overlook the potential benefits such as their increased job satisfaction and improved retention rates and organizational dedication, etc. So, the statement of the problem is this project is based on the impact of fear of missing out on productivity and emotional well-being of IT employees. It focuses on studying how FOMO can affect individuals' productivity at work and how it affects one's mental and emotional well-being. So, as I've gone through around 10 articles on my review of literature. So this study is basically show it's most of the articles are mostly focused on identifying the relationship between on personal psychological consequences, and this encompasses social media use and their fatigue uses of social media. But on the other hand, when it comes to working professionals, only a few of number of projects have been done. So as a result, there's only a little understanding between the former efforts on individuals' productivity and the behavior of working professionals. So there's a significant gap, especially since after COVID-19 outbreak has occurred, because it has caused the increased use of social media platforms even during working hours, because most of them, even especially IT employees, have been doing the work from home. Sorry. So the current research focused on how FOMO actually affects the productivity and emotional well-being of IT employees. So these are my objectives, as clearly mentioned in the title itself, to find out whether there's any relation between FOMO and productivity, and also there is any connection between fear of missing out and emotional well-being. So this is the hypothesis. Null hypothesis shows that they does not have a substantial impact on IT employees, and alternative hypothesis shows there's a substantial impact on IT employees' productivity or emotional well-being. So this study is particularly done on one independent and two dependent variables. Independent variable being FOMO, and emotional well-being and productivity are the dependent variables. So the sample units are mainly from IT employees, primarily done in Bangalore. So sampling technique used is convenience sampling, which is a non-probability sampling method. So the sample size here for analyzing the data is around 159 employees who are working in the IT field. And the source of data for my analysis and interpretation are taken primary data as collected through questionnaires. For my review literature research methodology, I've taken secondary data from internet and annuals and journals, etc. So the data collection method was through questionnaire, which was initiated through Google Forms, and around 37 questions was there. So these were the limitations of the study. There is a possibility that the respondent databases exist, and also the time constraints were faced by the professionals. So this is my analysis part. There were the data tools. I used SPSS. The data tools I used was correlation and regression methods. And correlation, it has shown there's a significant impact or relationship between FOMO and productivity and emotional well-being, and it's analyzed using correlation. So it accepts actually alternative hypothesis that FOMO does have a substantial impact on IT employees' productivity and emotional well-being. And through regression analysis also, it shows a strong correlation between between the FOMO and emotional well-being. So these are my findings from correlation analysis done with SPSS. It has proved that FOMO has a significant relationship with employees' productivity with Pearson correlation. And from regression analysis, found out that alternative hypothesis accepted. So these were my suggestions. The study focused on how FOMO impacts an employee's on productivity and emotional well-being at work, but more research on how FOMO affects on physical health also can be conducted. The research could extend in other industries such as hospitality, education industries, and the research can be extended towards college students because they are so much active in social media platforms. So I'm going to conclude my research because the study was primarily done on IT employees in Bangalore. So the study shows a substantial issue between the independent variables and the dependent variables. So it has a favorable relationship with productivity. FOMO has a favorable relationship with the productivity and emotional well-being, implying that FOMO has a greater impact on workplace productivity. So this may result in decreased effectiveness in the work, increased usage of social media platform. As a result, it will lead to not completing tasks on time and give rise to stressful working environment. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Grishma, it's nice presentation. I have the few clarification. What is actually the concept of the FOMO?
FOMO, fear of missing out, means nowadays people are more concentrated on social media platforms like WhatsApp, Instagram, and they're actually losing the touch. I mean, they are not recognizing what's real, what's not. They're believing all those informations. It's not real. They're considering it as real, and actually I think people are becoming more introvert because of it, and it affects the mental and emotional well-being. Even while at work, most of the people use social media platforms for so many other reasons. So it actually affects the working times, working efforts, and the I think a dedication towards work.
So you are telling that by using that social media platform, the work is affected. That is the thing.
So it can be, I mean, social medias can be helpful to a great extent, but overusing it, it affects the working conditions of.
What is the fear? What is it called as fear?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
What is missing out? That is called as, what is it?
Missing out means we are missing out from socially. We are not socially involved as we used to do because of social media. Now we are involved in social media sites. We are involved in other platforms. We are not really involved in real life situations.
Okay. So to reduce it, what are the steps taken by the organization?
Okay, they can actually make rules regarding that. They should allot a time to use they should allot a certain time for using the social media platform. While at work, they have to do what they are assigned to do, not other than checking on WhatsApps or Instas. So that has to be implemented, and they have to create more awareness programs regarding this and about the and physical health. Mental and physical health of employees. They have to create awareness about it, over usage of social media platforms.
Okay, that also we may include in your study. Okay, what all the steps you have taken to reduce that part. Okay, nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Grishma and Pallavi. Next, I call Ms. Padmavati.
Is my voice audible, ma'am? Is my voice audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Padmavati PP.
Batma, now it is not audible.
Is it not audible?
Yes. No, ma'am.
My voice is not audible.
No, not that much. Might be you're using your headset.
Now is audible?
Yeah.
Now is audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed.
Yeah, my name is Padmavati PP. I'm a research scholar of Madurai Kamraj University, and my guide name is Dr. Karnanidhi Ji. Is Assistant Professor, Department of PG Commerce, Arts and Science College, UKC. And my topic is a study on talent management with a special reference to hotel industries in Mysore district. So when it comes to an introduction for talent management practices that evolved over the many years to cater the people to specific terms like other aspects of work. So your strategic talent management is necessary in today's changing environment. Talent management is the systematic process of identifying the vacant position, finding the suitable person, developing the skills and expertise of the person to match the position and retaining it. So when it comes to the talent management process model, what is the process or what are the functions? So first is the planning, then attracting the employees, then selecting and developing the employees and retaining them, and last one is transitioning. So how we can improve their talent? So how we can retain the employees? The first thing is maintaining individual identity. Then second thing is recognition and reward, giving the identifying the recognition, giving them the reward.
Padma,
Yeah,
Padma,
ma'am.
your screen is not moving. It is freezed, I think so.
It's not moving, huh?
Yes, it's showing still the introduction part. Are you in the introduction?
Now it's moving. Now it's moving, madam.
No, it is in the introduction only.
No, but here it is moving. No? Now, ma'am.
Which slide you are in now?
It's in talent management initiative slide, madam.
No.
It's in fourth slide and fourth
It's
slide.
showing only the introduction part.
1 second, ma'am.
She left the meeting. Yes. We'll admit later of her.
Next, I call
Next one, Alka.
And Chandana Deepesh. Are you there? Yeah. Chandana Deepesh and Alka.
Am I audible, ma'am? Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Myself, Chandana. I am the author of the paper. Alaka is the co-author. I'll be presenting along with her. She'll be sharing the screen as well. Good afternoon. So I'll be starting with my topic. Our study is on enhancement of employee productivity through non-monetary incentives. Okay. So as we all know, employees are the resources or tools of the organization. So treating the employees right is one of the major things that you have to do it right. Employee leading an organization might be able to be replaced physically, but their skills and knowledge can't be. So monetary benefits and non-monetary benefits are considered to be beneficial things in an organization for employee productivity or encouraging their performances. Monetary benefits by default are considered as driving force on the core. So here, according to our research, we just wanted to compare how the employee productivity is enhanced by using or benefiting them with monetary and non-monetary incentives separately. The statement of the problem is about the same, the comparative study between non-monetary and monetary study, and how the employees are encouraged and the employee productivity is enhanced. Okay, so there are primarily two objectives that we are focusing on. First one is to analyze the employee satisfaction by gender and to identify the level of satisfaction or the performance of employees by occupation. So here occupation, we have two sectors, teaching sector and IT sector. So the hypothesis is there is no significant relationship between gender of respondents and non-monetary incentives. And the second one is no significant relationship between occupational sector of respondents and satisfaction from non-monetary incentives. We have taken the sample size from 30 employees using questionnaires. Questionnaires contain 11 questions, and the sample is confined to Kerala, Ernakulam district. Okay, these are the interpretations. So we have undergone two studies, T-tests and ANOVA tests. T-test was taken for the first objective, like non-monetary and by gender. As the study shows, the second hypothesis of the study refers to the significant value between the gender of the respondents and the satisfaction from non-monetary incentives. By passing the T-test, we came to the conclusion that the p-value found was 0.33. Which is greater than the significant level of 0.05. This leads to the acceptance of null hypothesis and rejection of alternative. So there is the hypothesis is proved that there is no significant relationship between gender and satisfaction from non-monetary incentives. The second hypothesis or the objective we wanted to confine was the third hypothesis of the study, refers to the significant relationship between the occupational sector and satisfaction from monetary incentives. So as I mentioned earlier, occupational sector is categorized as teaching sector and IT sector. By passing the ANOVA test, the p-value was found is 0.341, which is greater than the significance value of 0.05. This leads to the acceptance of null hypothesis and rejection of alternative hypothesis. So here as well, the hypothesis that we have taken into consideration is satisfied. There is no significant relationship between the occupational sector and satisfaction from non-monetary incentives. These are the findings and suggestions. So as I have mentioned earlier, both our objectives and hypothesis are satisfied. We have accepted null hypothesis and rejected alternative hypothesis. Coming to the conclusion, the result of the study has shown that the pay incentive, that is monetary incentive, significantly increases employer productivity. Substantial reward and compensation of workers for their contribution further enhances their work productivity as well, thereby of an organization. The effect through non-monetary activities impacts substantially on their work productivity as it increases their motivation levels to perform better and be more use of organization. So the conclusion is that the mixture or the actual ratio or the confined ratio of both non-monetary and monetary incentives are known to increase the employee productivity, not just focusing on monetary or either non-monetary incentives alone. Thank you.
Okay, a few clarification. What are all the non-monetary benefits you have taken into consideration for your study?
Okay, the non-monetary benefits could be the trips that they take into consideration, or the company initiate for trips, picnics, or maybe the gifts, or when it comes to seasonal or festival areas, you get gifts, or and the major one is your performance recognition, ma'am. The work payment or extra payment or anything, any benefits for your extra performance.
So I have the doubt about, did you done that comparative study or the benefits of non-monetary? Which one you did your study?
We have taken how non-monetary incentives incentives will enhance the performance, but we have also put in the objectives how to compare as the same. So the conclusion is that the mixture of both is enhancing, not just one alone.
Okay, monetary benefits means what are the things you are saying?
Monetary benefits is basically the payment when it comes to financial payments, financial ESOPs, equities, shares, etc.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chandana. Next, we have Kavya A. Can we have Kavya? Are you there?
Madam, can I present the paper? My name is Padmavati.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we allow her,
Because
ma'am?
there was a yeah, because there was a technical issue and I got disconnected also.
Okay.
Yeah, we know that. Now it is okay for you, Basma? Yeah, showing madam in my mobile and laptop. Basma, your voice still is breaking. Now it is visible, madam. My video is visible now. Madam, is it visible? No, Basma. Now was it not visible, madam? No, Basma, it is not visible for me.
Again, she left the meeting, ma'am.
Okay, we'll call the next one. Kavya.
Yes, Miss Kavya, are you there? Miss Kavya, a study on employee satisfaction. Ma'am, I don't think so. She's there, ma'am.
Okay, call the next one.
Next one is Mr. Siddha Lingeshwara. Mr. Siddha Lingeshwara, are you there? A study on equal employment opportunities. No, ma'am, he is also not there.
Sudha, I have a doubt. The Siddha Lingisha, what is the time we are given?
1:10 to 1:20, ma'am. So they'll join only at that time, ma'am.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because some of them is not there, no.
Okay.
I think you can make a call and ask them to join, I think so.
Okay, ma'am, okay. Now we'll
Or
find
you
out
can call the next person.
Yes, ma'am, we'll find out who else is available. Muthuvel Kumari, not there. Anisha Lakur.
Ma'am,
I think
Muthuvel Kumari is here, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Kumari is there. Yeah, Kumari, yeah.
Yes, Muthuvel Kumari is here.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So are you presenting your paper, ma'am, Miss Muthuvel Kumari?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, then this is number 13, ma'am. Muthuvel Kumari, number 13. Yes. She is going to present.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So then you can, meanwhile, you can make the call to Kavya and Siddhalingam. Okay. Muthual Kumari, I think you can start your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am, kindly.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you see the screen, ma'am?
For me, it's not yet showing.
Is the screen visible, ma'am?
No, it's not yet showing for me.
Okay. Because one minute, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm new to this. I'm just checking out.
Kumari ma'am, are you connecting through the laptop or a mobile?
Mobile, ma'am.
And you can switch off your video and try the presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
Be connecting the audio.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Am I audible?
You are audible, but your screen is not visible.
I see. How to make it present. This is the first time. So,
are you working, ma'am?
No, ma'am. I'm a part-time job only, but I'm a housewife basically. Just now I have joined PhD. I'm a research scholar from Wales University. This is my first presentation. So.
Okay, and we have two guys.
Dr. Harihara Putran, Wales University.
Okay, you can try, ma'am. Sudha, will you call the next person?
Now we'll move on to Anisha Lakur. Miss Anisha Lakur, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Kumari, ma'am, just you wait and check with her.
Yes, ma'am.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Anisha will present.
Sorry, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, number 15, Anisha Lakur and Davita Sananda, both are there?
Yeah. Ma'am, Davita has not joined yet. She has some technical issues actually. So I'll be continuing with my presentation.
Okay. Ma'am, shall we allow her, ma'am?
Yeah, Anisha. Okay, yeah. Come in video mode and start your presentation. Yeah. Just a second, ma'am.
கீழே இருக்கியா அந்த அக்கா வந்த கதவு தர எனக்கு அது ஆட் பண்ண தெரியலம்மா.
Ma'am, is my screen visible? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Anisha, and along with me, my co-author is Davita. Due to some technical issues, she won't be able to join the meeting here. So I'll be continuing with the presentation. Here is on the impact of HR practices on employee performance and job satisfaction in Bangalore. So introduction about the studies. There is no organization without HR or HR practices. As you all know, HR is considered to be like the backbone of any organization. So without HR, there's no employees, and without employees, the work can't be carried forward. Human resource helps to take care of the employer and employee relation, which successively maintains the attrition within the company, indirectly resulting in job satisfaction and increase in individual employees' performance. So here in my study, I'll be concentrating on both the aspects of employee performance and the job satisfaction in correlation with the HR practices. The different HR practices that have been concentrated are recruitment and selection, training and development, transparency, employee benefits, employee incentives, compensation, and termination. In the case of employee incentives, we have looked through the both of monetary incentives and non-monetary incentives, and in the benefits as well, we have all the other kinds of benefits like fringe benefits, travel allowance, food allowance, and all the other benefits that an employer provides to their employees. The statement of the problem. Employees are considered to be the biggest assets of any organization, as without them, the work cannot happen, and it goes the other way around as well. So it is very important for an organization to have a set HR practices that will have a positive impact on the work and their performance, which will in turn lead to job satisfaction and which will also reduce the attrition rate in the organization.
The hypothesis of the researchers, null hypothesis, HR practices does not have any impact on job satisfaction, and the alternate hypothesis being HR practices have an impact on the job satisfaction. The objectives of the research is to understand the impact of HR practices on employee performance, to understand how the appraisal has an effect on job satisfaction, to check the importance of training and development in employee performance. The research gap. Most of the research papers are limited to either only HR practices and job satisfaction or performance appraisal and job satisfaction. But here, the main focus of this paper is to find the correlation between all the three aspects. The research questions. Does providing benefits along with the salary has an impact on job satisfaction? Does timely training lead to better quality of employee satisfaction? Does performance appraisal have any impact on the job satisfaction? So here are the methodologies that has been used. The research instrument was a questionnaire in the form of Google Forms, was being sent to all the respondents. The sources of data, since it's a primary database, the data was collected through questionnaire. Data collection method is a primary data, and it was circulated to around 50 employees, of which 25 were male and 25 were female. And convenient sampling method was used across South Bangalore. Sampling technique, a convenient random sampling technique has been adopted in order to conduct the survey. The analysis and interpretation. A paired t-test was used to test the hypothesis. The confidence value was 0.95 and the p-value once the test was conducted was 0.0014627. So which indicates that the p-value is lesser than the significance value. So in that case, we can prove that the H1, that is the alternate hypothesis, can be accepted. The HR practices have an impact on job satisfactions and also the objectives of the study. That is, to understand the impact of HR practices on employee satisfaction has also been satisfied over here. The limitations of the study. Due to time constraint, the sample size was reduced down to 50 and a convenient method of sampling was used. So in that case, in the further studies, people can use this research in order to particularize it to one particular industry, or they can even take it up to just a service sector or the production sector. The study could have been narrowed down more towards only service-based or product-based. The conclusion. The present study aims to establish relation between selected human resource practices and job satisfaction, and to also try and explore the connection between the selected HR practices and employee performance. Thank you.
Okay, can you identify that what are the HR practices?
Ma'am, just a second.
Job performance and the satisfaction you are telling.
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, am I visible?
Your video. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat it?
That is some practices you are told, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So what are they?
So HR practices include the first step is basically what we do, the recruitment and selections. So to initially only, if the HR practices are clear enough with this concept only, further the procedures once the employees are taken into the organization, let it be their compensation, let it be monetary incentives, non-monetary incentives. If all the practices are made sure in such a way that it provides a benefit both to the employer and the employee, in that way it becomes a better the job satisfaction and the employee performance can be increased in that way. And along with it, indirectly, you will be able to reduce the attrition rate in the organizations.
So there are a lot of factors is there for the performance and job satisfaction.
Yes.
Not only the HR practices.
Yeah. So in my study, I'm pertaining to only HR practices, because like if we take into more more things into consideration, you won't be able to narrow it down to one thing. So my main goal was to understand with the HR practices, how are these things affected?
So do you mean that only the salary and the monetary and non-monetary benefit is only from the HR point of view, not with the management?
This study was based on how the employees, this affects the employees in the organization. I am not going forward in the study of how the management has been affected.
That is called the
Employee. Like I'm looking for the employee.
Okay, is that. So only your study is telling that because of the HR practices alone, they have got the satisfaction.
In my study, I want to like prove only that. I'm not telling that there are not other aspects, but in my study, I have attained it down to HR practices. Yeah.
Other aspects also is there. That the employer perspective also is there for the job performance and as well as the satisfaction level.
Yeah. So those are like those are like the scope of the study, and it can be used in the further research in the upcoming research. So here I've pertained it only to HR practices.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Anisha. Next, we'll have Mubin Farhana. Mubin Farhana, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Ma'am, this is
Good afternoon, ma'am.
number 17, ma'am. Number 17, Mubin Farhana.
Okay.
Just give me a minute, ma'am. I'm sharing my screen.
I think she's the last one, isn't it, Sudha? Last paper in our list. Selvarasu and Archita. Okay.
Dr. A. Selvarasu and N. Ashika Katija, ma'am. Two more.
Okay. And Kavya and Siddhalingam is not yet joined, isn't
Yes,
it?
ma'am. They have not yet joined. I've sent message. And two more have technical issues. We'll try to find out whether we can get them back at the end of the session, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Mobile.
I'm really sorry, ma'am. I was trying to share my screen, but it got disconnected. I'm just 2 minutes, ma'am. Ma'am, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My presentation is regarding ethical issues on work from home in India. That's a theoretical study. I'm Mubin Farhana, research scholar from Department of Economics, Madras Christian College. Introduction. Due to increase in COVID cases, almost all Indian companies have been pushed to continue working from home due to 19 incidents. One of the basic incidents I have taken from India Help Desk today. A lady called Divina Ray. She was very happy with working at home as she can save her time, travel, and everything. This is the introduction of my ethical issue. That is first thing. Like some businesses that allowed workers to visit their offices between November and December 2022 have switched back to work from home schedule. Next is everyone, whether they are employer or employees, now has some knowledge about work from home. However, it mostly varies based on different perspectives because to the extraordinary catastrophe of COVID-19. Even among academics, there is no universally accepted definition of work from home. My objectives of the study was two objectives. Main objective, I have 2-3 objectives, but I have reduced for this presentation. That is, my major objective is to what problems employer or employees face work from home culture in the work front. And another objective is productivity, workers' productivity. So I have chosen some of the major ethical issues like overworking, distractions on the home front, work-life balance, infrastructure setup at home, productivity, employees' autonomy. Overworking. What actually, as a result of this pandemic, what we have seen is majority of us have been working from home, and it has been convenient also, and it's been found awful also. But a recent survey that has shown us that 50%, 57% of workers feel overworked. The report also finds that 1 in 4 Indian employees, or around 24%, have sobbed with a coworker, and a 35% no longer feel embarrassed when their personal lives are evident at work while they are working from home. In fact, 37% of workers got to meet the families of their co-workers as a result of officers infiltrating people's home. And as a result, 32% of Indian employees reported feeling tired and over 57% felt stressed. This is according to India Times report. So for the other major issue is distractions. As we can see while at work, when we are at home, while working, we have a lot of distractions like TV, children's and pets, family activities can provide interruptions that affect how you complete your task. Your productivity and imagination may be affected as a result of all the interruptions. And the next one is work-life balance. When the COVID pandemic actually struck, many employees switched to virtual work. Being forced to work from home makes it more difficult for many people to strike a balance between work and personal life. Those who provide care and found this to be particularly true. And the other one is infrastructure setup at home. Not setting up dedicated and ergonomically compliant workspace at home. And next is adequate IT infrastructure and data speed continue to be key challenges impacting performances. Productivity. Most of the research indicates work from home is increasing the productivity level, but employee productivity while working from home can differ from person to person, just like in a real office setup. The difference then occurs when office workers are required to meet a daily goal before their regular working hours are over. Even if daily goals are created in a virtual working environment, they cannot be monitored and managed like they could in the former. And the last one is employees' autonomy. And there is no supervision, the employee has a higher level of autonomy and has greater freedom to choose their working hours and schedule. According to Shamir and Solomon, they may this actually resulted in they may manage their personal and professional lives by taking care of their own needs and expectations as well, working at their leisure. So, related to these things, we have some suggestions like adopt meetings that can be similar or replace certain meetings with a comprehensive email. Learn effective ways for relaxing on your own. Create a daily timetable and put it on paper rather than having one inadequate schedule. Maintain a quiet environment at least once every day. Clean up your workspace. And conclusion. For many people, working from home is much more pleasant because they don't have to travel as frequently. Employees can save a lot of time and money, increasing the amount of time for both business and personal needs. Similarly, working from home need not include spending the entire day indoors. Individuals might choose to work in their lawn or garden or wherever else feels comfortable to them. Because inside a room, they get more one space. They will not be able to breathe leisurely. Moreover, since they have control over when they work and when they take breaks, employees are less stressed. These factors will aid in delivering improved performance on projects. Thank you.
Okay, Mubin. You have taken the recent topic, okay, that is the issues for the work from home. But nowadays, most of the companies or most of they started for the avoiding the work from home because of the some issues. What you are telling about that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So why can't instead of going for the conceptual, why you didn't try for the analytical mode? That is framing the question like that
I
one.
know, ma'am. Actually,
It will be really it will be helpful for the industry as well as for the employer point of view.
That's exactly we were thinking, ma'am. One of my co-author also, who were included with me, we were thinking actually we had a very less time to prepare this because we had a coursework exam to go through in my college. So we got this information in a very less period of time. So we thought for time being this presentation we will do, and when we submit our paper, in case if they allow, we can actually put it in that way. Because of time constraint, we couldn't go in analytically.
Okay. So you are telling that what are all the issues facing by the employees?
Yes.
And what are the measures the company has to take for that one?
Measures as such, we can say as such we are not able to confirmly we can say that companies can take such measures, like they can improve their security wise and improve the
what security wise means?
security when they work in from home, they can have this lot of they can give their systems which they are able to monitor themselves, not by others, that way. And one more thing, not much of security we can say, physically we cannot say obviously, but according to the work front we can actually monitor, ma'am.
Actually, when you are choosing for the work from home, it is the duty of the employees has to create a good atmosphere, as you suggested. No disturbance from the family and the pets. What you are telling, like that one. Okay.
Exactly.
So, from the company point of view, how they can avoid these all the things?
Ma'am, actually, we have studied from an employee point of view, ma'am. We have not gone just a brief thing. We studied on employers, not with employees, not with the employers point of view. Through company, if we go, we had to go further a lot of studies on that. Because as a normal employee, we have taken this presentation.
So your paper is focused your suggestion is focused for the employees.
Employees, actually.
What is the conclusion you want to tell for the employees?
Employees, we wanted to tell, as we have seen, after work from home, lot of we have pros and cons both. These people, they had good way of working. They can reduce their shift timings, and they can take rest more as traveling time is more if we are going to the office organization or something. That way it is pros, and cons is they get actually depressed, lot of stress. I have seen people, lot of my friends who have been suffering from this work from home, even without meeting people, social life. If some people, they will feel if they don't go out, they'll feel depressed and everything. That way it is actually we can say it is a disadvantage working from home. But some people, it depends on, as we didn't go for analytically this thing, so we couldn't actually take
that is a thing. So if you are going for the analytical, you know that really what are all the factors affecting that.
I know. Yes, ma'am.
Really that. Okay, thank you. Next time you will try for that.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, we will. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me opportunity.
Ma'am, 1 minute. Ms. Mobin Farhana, are you presenting 3 members are mentioned together?
No, ma'am. Actually, one is my supervisor, my guide.
Other one?
Other one is my author. I am a co-author.
What is the author's name? Mr. Pandidurai.
Pandidurai. Yes, ma'am.
Is he here?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Please, ma'am.
ma'am, then we'll have two candidates, ma'am, here. Yes, Mobin Farhana and Mr.
Yes.
Pandi Durai, ma'am. It's not mentioned.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's not mentioned there.
Okay, we thought that only the Mobin is doing that.
No,
Pandi
actually, he's also
has
registered.
joined. Yeah.
Because in the slide, it was displayed that three of them actually. One
Yes.
resource.
We usually, whenever we put a presentation, we usually include our supervisor's name. So
Yeah, that should be that. But presentation, the Pandi also has to come in video mode, and he also has to participate in that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm.
You can actually throw questions on him also, no issues, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Sudha.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Mobin Farhana. Next, we'll
Thank
move
you,
on
ma'am.
to
Thank you very much.
Dr. S. Selvaraju. Are you there? Sir, are you there? Dr. S. Selvaraju. Ma'am, we'll find out, ma'am. Now, we'll move on to the next presenter, Ms. N. Ashika Katija. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here, ma'am.
Are you ready? You can. Ma'am, then we are moving on
Okay,
to
ma'am.
number 19, ma'am. Ashika Katija.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, all. My name is Ashika Khadija. I'm an MBA student at Mother Teresa Women's University, Extension Center, Sailapet, Chennai. Shall I share my screen, ma'am?
Okay, Ashika.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, it's visible, ma'am. Hello?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. I would like to talk about the digital HR, ma'am, and then just wait a minute, ma'am. These are the contents: abstract, introduction, and HRM and DHRM, so digital HRM and digital HRM components, and benefits of digital HRM and conclusion. In this digital
Ashika, no
HRM.
need for the abstract. You can go for the introduction.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Okay. Introduction of the HR, digital HRM, the future of the HR technology, and its trends of our 2023 have just sparked global debates. The following of the COVID-19 outbreak, our interaction with the technology, and we operate the change dramatically, and the technology now determines how we interact and collaborate. As the result, as a result of this, the quickly the collaborate access the large amount of the information at once, and they execute the creative project. However, the result of the rapid transformation of the digital communications, we have now entering the new era in order to exist in the modern digital environment. The organizations are look for a way to streamline this process and system and improve their efficiency and effectiveness and adaptability. When appropriately deployed, these technical technologies have the potential to have significant impact on the workplace and the employee experience. Then, next, I'm going to explain about HRM and the HRM. It's called as digital HRM. Yeah, in the current circumstance, the business the conducted in the other to meet the needs and wants the global trades. Furthermore, the service, the management skill, technical transfer, and the transfer of the good across the border or acquire. In the term of communication methods, the globalization has reduced the global insignificance, and global economical the finance systems been have been as a result of the additional innovations. Today, on the virtual environment, the digital human resources have the more important than traditional HR management, and due to the company's expectations, many organizations will require the exponentially affect the digital HR to improve the organization performance. And then on the human resource organization should in fact they embrace the digital transformations in human resource and to change its policies to reflect the needs for it. And it is the tough for the HRMs to adapt the individual to the digital formations is negotiate while transferring the business or operations and advancements to digital platform. And the internet based on society, the HRM's department would benefits greatly from the recognized to analyze the relationship between the HRM and the information technology. The analyze must be used to improve the HR performance, utilize the transformation information technology, because the digital technology adaptations, any organization efficiency and innovations variable will be efficiently managed. And then next I'm going to explain about the digital HRM, the components. Yes, these are the digital HRM components. One is the digital workforce and digital work and task, and digital support management, and the HR technology updates. And what is digital HRM components? Is a human resource management as embrace the technology in order to drive the today's competitive digital transformation, and traditional human resource management methods must be give way to the digital technology. The following elements required for that HRM transformations are like the digital workforce. In this era of the globalizations, the current generation is called to be the digital workforce. They have the platforms is gadget and we based service, and the applications have always captivated their daily lives, and to interact with the digital employees, and the organization must have this employees and they must be digital. As a result of digital HRMs is incorporates designs, think media, behavioral economics and systematic analytics. And then digital works and tasks. Organizations works has undergone the significant transformations as the result of the use of digital platform in both work and management. In this day and age, every firms must include the digitizations into the work process in order to reduce the manual labor. Companies must also use the digital tools, medias to interact, the communicate with their employees. And then digital support management, that this include organizing the carrying out their task, and that utilizing the digital technologies as assist HRM duties like the payroll processing and awarding compensation employees, and managing performance, offering training and developed and so on. And then HR technology updates. There is a significant movement in the pattern of the traditional human resources management, like towards the digital human resources as a result of the digital network system. And in the human resource industries, this mobile devices operations have the largely more traditional ones. The mobiles and social functionality scenes, the distributions of factors in the employment selection. And then Next, I'm going to be explain the benefits of digital HRM. These are the benefits of digital HR, and like one is increased skill retentions and improved coordination between management and the firm strategy, improved decision making with the relevant information and data, and substantial enhancement in employee satisfaction. One is reduced HR cost, and then optimize of the manual process, and then awareness of understanding of the workforce, and then encouraging the HR system, and then increasing skill retention. And one of the primary motives for individual departing and the organizations is the lack of opportunity for advancement. People want advance in their career, and when the company shows that they care about the employees' career, and good employees are more likely to stay with the company the longer the cutting the requirement costs. Then the improved management and company strategy coordination. With the use of the business intelligent tools such as the workforce planning and the people data, the business may better align themselves with the company strategy. For example, the data could assist and the organizations in determine which staffs already have the essential skills with the needs to be upskilled in the order to achieve the new goals, such expanding to the different category services, improve the decision making with the relevant information data. The COVID problems have demonstrated to need to make the data-driven judgments, and the strength and analytical skills of technology provide HR with the data they need to make the sound decision to increase the employee productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness, and substantial enhancement in employee satisfaction. There is a numerous studies in the shows that happy employees are productive than the incompetent ones, and the organizations feels feeling of the success purpose when they demonstrate the value of their workers to optimize the procedure, and then reduce the HR cost. The organization have invested that digesting HR, the save time and reserved in the long run. As the result of the streamline enhanced the operations. Also, furthermore, the having visibilities across their organizations makes it possible to boost the internal mobility while the spending less the external hires.
Ashika,
yes,
will
ma'am.
you come in video mode? Is it possible?
No, ma'am, because I'm sharing through with my phone, ma'am. So that's why, ma'am.
Okay. So for each point, just you tell that important alone.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, I'm going to finish soon, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. The awareness and understandings of the workforce. Having visibilities over the team that dispersed over the multiple sites may be difficult. The technology, on the other hand, is connected different systems and providing with complete visibility into their staff. And this insight also to provide to managers who can then focus on things like training and the skill requirement of their workforce, encouraging the human resource system, and the consultations offer the necessities. A the singular sources of the truth, as well as the consistent user interface. The employees is more likely to engage and complete activities if there is one platform for all over the HR needs, rather than the moving between the programs or being by the functionally. And at the conclusion of the digital HRM, yeah. Digital HR is seen as the basic requirement for the business organizations. Every business organizations have long way to go when it comes to digitalization. The uses of digital HR helps to preserve the positive works is connect between the management and its employee. The implementations of the HRM strategy will the boost organization performance also. And then each company should develop that digital strategies in order to boost the efficiency and effectiveness also. And then the HR is also the review to more relevant and the increasing academic topic also, as well as the substances challenge as the commercial organization. And the organization can also the digital HR's practices other technologies like the social medias and internet, artificial intelligence and other tools also using in their some business also, like to maintain the performance employees qualities a standard of their organization's efficient operations. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Come in video mode.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
You are the one author or any other author is there?
Yeah, I'm a single author, ma'am.
Single author, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Just wait a minute, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ashika, what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm pursuing MBA management study, ma'am, final year.
Okay. And actually, you started with the digital HRM, but most of the practices seems to be that general digital practices adopted by the business.
Yes,
your study should be more concentrated on the what are all the different practices adopted by the HR to the digital platform. That should be included in your study. So you
sure,
are given
ma'am.
that four components you are given. In that four components, digital workplace, workforce, that all things general, the company, they are doing that one. Okay.
Yes,
so the last concept only you are given as a HR practices. In the HR practices, what are all the HR roles they are doing according through the digital platform. That you have to take into consideration.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So while you are
Okay,
moving
ma'am.
to the next study in further, if you are going for the papers and your project work, you have to concentrate according to that. It should not be the general digital practices adopted by the company. It should not be like that. Okay,
ma'am.
because your topic is regarding with the digital HR. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so the HR practices, what are all the digital ways? Can you explain that one? What are all the practices adopted by the HR through the digital way in the company?
I didn't get it, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Can you explain again, ma'am?
Can you tell us what all the HR practices? What is the
HR
role of the HR? What is HR role?
Like the recruitment and like he also motivate the employees and
Yes.
he
So
guide
in that,
everything.
in that practices, how they are implementing through the digital platform, that you have to focus.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Because I have a limited time to prepare this, ma'am. That's why, ma'am.
Whatever it may be, the limited time. Okay. So that is
Okay,
what
ma'am.
are the roles of the HR? What is the work of the HR? That how they are doing the through the digital. That you have to do that one. That is called as a digital HR. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Sudha?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ashika. Next, can we
Thank you
have
so much, ma'am.
Can we have Dr. S. Selvaraju? Dr. S. Selvaraju, sir, are you here? No. And Madam Muthuvel Kumari, are you here? Have you connected back? Muthuvel Kumari, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Hello.
ma'am, Tamil ma'am.
Yes, Sudha.
Number 13, ma'am. Madam has joined.
Yeah.
Shall I share the screen, ma'am?
Yeah. You can proceed, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible only.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you can proceed.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Muthuvel Kumari, a research scholar from Wales University. My guide's name is Dr. Harikaran. This study is about the green HRM practices, which is of utmost urgency now. Introduction part is, we have the emerging consequences of the past environmental practices has made us urgent need to follow the green practices in the organizations. So, in order to rectify the negative impacts of the past practices, the organization have to embrace green practices. Thereby, the old existing practices has to be converted into green practices. This will show a good change in conservation of water and energy. Thereby, the cost reduction and the waste reduction will be place the organization in a favorable position. And the objectives, before embracing the practices, it is necessary for the organization to have the thorough understanding of about the green HRM practices. So this paper, it basically provides knowledge about the green HRM practices, and it also induces by highlighting the good impact of the green practices. So what is green HRM? It refers to all the practices that is followed in order to attain the environmental sustainability. It also focuses on reconciling both the society's and organization's goal without affecting its performance. Corporate social responsibility. This is also an important factor. Actually, the organization is accountable to the society where it is located. So, it is a business model that seeks to improve the image among the public. As a result of this, the reputation and its competitiveness and sustainability will all increase. Benefits of green HRM practices. So it is necessary to inform, educate, and train the employees before embracing the practices by informing them about the benefits. The first and foremost is the preservation of the nature. By following the green HRM practices, there will be energy efficient office spaces, and the paperless advertisements of the green recruitment, and all this will reduce the carbon emission in the office. Therefore, this will be due to the use of less paper. In the due course of time, the nature will be preserved. The second is employees' morale can be increased. This can be done by following the practices like planting trees within the campus and inside the workplace, thereby providing separate smoking lounges for the staffs, and promoting the healthy habits like serving during the conferences like fruits and nuts. All these practices will raise the morale of the workers. Third, gaining competitive advantages. So those if any organization adopts the corporate social responsibility, it is which is an inevitable in current era. It will gain competitive advantages over the rivals, provided it is well performed. Next is cost saving. The green practices like recording, disseminating the facts and informations will reduce the use of paper. Moreover, the green practices like teleconference, virtual interviews, telecommuting, all this will reduce the labor turnover and absenteeism. All this will ultimately reduce the cost. Next one is increase in reputation. Any organization that follows the green practices would become more popular than other organizations, and thereby its reputation would increase. Then minimal government intervention. If any organizations follow all these green practices and they become more environmentally friendly, then the chances of the government intervention would be minimal, and the law visits of the law enforcing officials can also be minimized. Next one is converting employees as a good corporate citizen. When green HRM practices are adopted, the carbon footprints would be minimized. Like if they follow the practices like carpooling, using e-vehicles, commuting through bicycles and by public transport. So then from the environmental point of view, they would adopt eco-friendly lifestyle. The employees can be converted into a good corporate citizens. Attaining growth through innovating green practices. So the employees can be motivated to innovate new ideas, so that would lead to the growth of the organization, like enhancing the processes which they regularly follow. They can be rewarded to encourage to innovate new processes. Then they can be asked to suggest any new ideas for taking any business decisions. Thereby, the organizations can solve the environmental related issues easily. Then the next one is preferred employees in the market. Any person who is seeking job would prefer those organizations that follow green practices, as they can learn new practices which would help them to grow. Though these green HRM practices would give competitive edge for both the employer and the employees. Next, the challenges. Even though the benefits are motivating the organization to embrace green practices, it has to face few challenges. Mostly, it will take some time to alter all the employees' behavior. The second one, all of the employees will not be willing to leave the old practices and adopt to the new practices. It will be difficult to motivate them to participate in the new practices. Finally, it will be a cumbersome process because the entire organization has to develop the new culture. These are the challenges. And recruiting the green employees will be difficult because some training them will also be expensive, and evaluating the effectiveness will also be very difficult, because in the long run only you can find out what are the outcomes and the benefits that are achieved by embracing these practices. Finally, the conclusion: because of this rising awareness of the organizations have to embrace the green practices, because in the long run their goodwill, not alone their goodwill will rise, but also the cost reduction will lead to profitability, and smarter use of the natural resources will be the most important benefit. Mr. Lester Brown have stated that we have not inherited the earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from your child. So people who take it for granted that the earth is theirs, they forget that the real owners of the earth are our children. So we are only the custodians. We must continue developing the needs of the needs to the development to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their needs. References. That's all. I've taken some references from Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Taxijira Banerjee, and her. Thank you.
Kumari ma'am, you can stop presentation and you can come in video.
Pardon?
Stop presentation and come in video mode, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good effort you are taken. But since you are started as a research scholar, and better go for the analytical paper before going for the conceptual one, because this green HRM and other things already we are started for that one.
Yes, ma'am.
So already it is in existing, and you can go with that analytical one also. That
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
one. And in your presentation, it is mentioned as green employees. What does it mean as green employees?
Green employees are those who strictly follow the green practices, ma'am. That's all.
If the company is doing the practices, that is the employee adapting the practices, the employee obviously they will do that one.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So
Thank
that
you.
is okay.
I'll definitely
Okay.
follow you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Muthuvel Kumari madam. Next, we'll have Dr. S. Selvarasu. Sir. Sir, are you there, sir?
Sudha ma'am, just go ahead with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Call the Silvaraju to join. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, Dr. S. Selvarasu, are you presenting, sir? Miss Kavya, are you there? Miss Kavya? Mr. Siddhalingeshwara. Mr. Siddhalingeshwara. ஆர்டர் பண்ண விட்டோம்
Yes, I am Dr. Selvarasu, willing to present.
Excuse me, ma'am. My name is Kavirama, and actually I couldn't join to the session earlier, but I'm also up for my presentation.
I mean, What's the serial number in the list, ma'am?
Last, ma'am. The very last presentation.
No, last presentation is already over. May I know your name, ma'am?
Kavirama, and the co-author is Harsha.
What is your topic?
Our topic is residue-free marketing.
You need to join the marketing session, ma'am. This is here.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, not Selvarasu, sir. You please wait, sir. Kaviramma, yes. She's no, sir. You can wait. We are waiting for the technical chat person. You please wait for some time. Ma'am, Tamil ma'am.
Sudha? Yes, Sudha.
Ma'am, Dr. Selvarasu has joined, ma'am. So he will be presenting, ma'am. He's number 18 in the list, ma'am. Number 18.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
I am Dr. Selvarasa. Are you ready to present the paper, madam?
Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Okay. I am Dr. S. Selvarasu, Professor, Department of Economics, Bharat Institute of Law, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research in Chennai. My topic is a study on National Human Rights Commission.
Selvarasu, sir. Your presentation PowerPoint is not there.
Yes, but I share it, madam. Hello.
No, sir. It is not visible.
Then I will share it, madam. Share it. Please. It's a technical problem. I share it. 1 minute. இந்த பவர் பாயிண்ட் என்னோட ஷேர் பண்ணி கொடுக்கணும். எந்த பவர் பாயிண்ட் இதில் உள்ள இருக்கு. நான் தான் உள்ளிட்ட இருக்கேன். இல்லை அந்த புள்ளி எங்கடா என்ன இருக்குல்ல இல்லைன்ற இதை பண்ணி கொடு. செக்ஷன் ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. இதை பண்ணி கொடு, ஷேர் பண்ணி கொடு. Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. We are here. Yes, sir. We are here only.
Yes, sir. Visible my PPT.
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Visible our PPT.
Yes, sir. It is visible. And there are two authors, is there, Selvarasu and Vijay.
Dr. Vijay.
Vijay also is here, sir.
No.
Okay.
She is also a co-author.
Okay, sir.
Selvarasu is the first author. Then Dr. S. Vijay is the second author.
Okay, sir. I understood. I am asking whether he is also joined in the meet.
Yes, I think that.
Vijay also is in meet.
Yes. Hello.
Vijay, sir.
No. I am also only presented. Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you are telling that only you alone are presenting and Vijay sir is not here.
Not here.
Okay. You can proceed, sir.
Okay. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute, madam. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir. We are here only. You can start your presentation.
Yes. A study on National Human Rights Commission in India. Introduction, violation of human rights, composition of Human Rights Commission in India, major human rights issues in India.
Sudha, his screen is visible to you. For me, it is plain. For me, it is showing plain.
Sir, Dr. Selvarasu, sir, can you please present your slide, sir? It's not visible.
Yes.
We cannot see your slide, sir.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you see now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Introduction to assess progress towards effective and enjoyment of a cultural and respect for the human rights in Great Britain. Then, violation of human rights in India. The violation of human rights is a universal phenomena. Second one is the prevalence of human rights violation, more common and ever increasing in India today. Several types of torture, abuse happens against people. Most of the violence against marginalized and vulnerable groups, that is religious, minority, caste minority, women, children, elder, people physical and mental aspirations. The composition of Human Rights Commission in India. The Human Rights Commission comprises of chairpersons of National Human Rights should be retired Chief Justice of India, one member who has been Justice of Supreme Court India, another one member who has been Chief Justice of High Court, two members have been appointed for the amongst persons having knowledge of a practical experience in this area relating to human rights. Then appointment and removal of Human Rights Commission members. Section 2, 3 and 4 of the Protection of Human Rights lay down cast rules for the appointment of National Human Rights Commission. Second one is the chairman and member of National Human Rights Commission are appointed by the President of India on the recommendations of the committee comprising Prime Minister of India, Chairperson, Home Ministry of India, then Chairman of Opposition in Lok Sabha and Chairman of Opposition of Rajya Sabha. Then the Speaker of Lok Sabha, the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the chairpersons and other members holding office a term of 5 years until you reach the age of 17 years. Either is earlier after their term, chairpersons and member are not eligible for the further employment under central government or state government. Major human rights issues in India. Custodial tortures, persons of police stations and persons, slaves, shunned, bonded laborers, unlawful killing, honor killing, abortions, prenatal sex determination, unlawful arrest and increase. The major human rights issue in India, excessive power of the armed force and the police, sexual violence against women and children, conflict encourage internal dislocations, child labor, the common violence and discriminations against women and children, violence against LGBT. The essential functions and responsibility of National Human Rights Commissions proactively, reactively into these enforcements of human rights and neglect the preventations of such violence by the public servant. Visit in persons or any other institutions under control of the state government where persons are detained for the commitments of treatment, reformations, productions and rehabilitations of investigated of living conditions of the persons and make some recommendations. Appraisals of the productions delivered by the under the constitutions, any law for this time being in force for this safeguard productions and promotions of human rights and recommended actions for their effective implementations. Essential functions and responsibilities of human rights commissions analytical for the factors including establishment and encourage the research activities in the area of human rights at colleges, universities and other professional areas. Evaluations of productions and safety delivered by the under any representations for safeguard human rights. Then role of human rights commissions in productions of human rights. There is constantly increasing several numbers of complaints addressed with the commission seeking redressal of complaints. The sum of the renowned National Human Rights Commission, including complaints LGBT and HIV affected persons. Then conclusion, National Human Rights Commission has been made significant contribution to essential functions and major responsibility to protect the human rights at nationwide. It has received the complaints, take the necessary action towards the complaints related to human rights violence at the national level. It is would be attempted to bring human rights approach and major responsibility to legislative process in inevitable policy making and programs implemented within the country level as well as in the states. The contributions of major role of promotions of human rights in India as well as concerned state and disappears free standing the anticipated role in investigating all the violations and examining the public inquiry existing, evaluate the jurisdictions. Madam, thank you, madam. Hello. Hello.
Okay, thank you, sir. But your screen is not visible. Your presentation audio voice only able to connect. Okay, sir.
Okay.
So in other conferences, try to come in the video as well as in the presentations.
Okay, madam. Sorry, it is a technical issue. I don't know about in this share by this it is audible. It is
Okay, sir. Okay, now only visible, but you completed your presentation. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Ma'am, I think we have come to the end, ma'am, because absentees, I'm unable to locate them, ma'am. Like Kavya, Miss Kavya, are you there? No. Mr. Siddhalingeshwara?
Very good. Thanks, madam. Mudustan.
Miss Padmavati? No. Now, anyone else in the participants list who are yet to present? Anyone else?
Mudustan. Nandri. Patient.
Ma'am, shall we?
Sudha ma'am, you can remove the silver also.
No,
I think so.
I'm muted, ma'am. I'm muted.
Okay.
Sir, you can, Dr. Selvarasu, please kindly stop presenting, sir. You can stop your presentation, sir. Ma'am, shall we proceed, ma'am? Shall we conclude, ma'am?
Yes, Sudha, we can conclude, I think so. So, to finalize that one, Kavya and Siddhalingam is not there.
Lingeshwara, yes, ma'am, and Padmavati madam had technical issue.
Yeah.
But only 2 absentees, ma'am.
Okay.
And Darshini Priya also was absent, no, ma'am. So 3 absentees. Darshini Priya. Number 6.
Darshini Priya. Which number?
Number 6, ma'am.
Yes. Darshini Priya is also not there.
Yes, ma'am. Darshini Priya, Kavya, Siddha Lingeshwara.
Okay.
Others are
So that
yes,
absent and 3 of them is repeated.
Yes, ma'am.
3 numbers are repeated.
Yes, so totally we'll have 12, ma'am.
Okay.
Number 12. Totally we have 12 members. Now I'll move on to the concluding remarks.
Okay, we can conclude, Sudha.
I'll conclude. We have come to the end of the technical session on HR. I thank Dr. S. Tamilarasi Madam for her presence and guidance in making this technical session a great success. I thank all the participants and the presenters for your active participation and cooperation. Dear participants, the link for the validity session will be posted in the WhatsApp group. Kindly join the meeting for the validity session. Thank you all. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am, for your support.
Okay.
And
thank you, Sudha. At this juncture, I thank the management and Satyal Murugan sir and all the faculty members for providing the opportunity to be the chairperson of this event. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So with this, we are officially ending the meeting. Thank you all. See you all in the validity session. Thank you.
Okay, shall I leave, Sudha?